Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. As you all know, I love everything nostalgic. But since day one of starting this show, everybody has been requesting me to do a certain CGI film that actually came out rather recently. A little film known as TMNT. I guess since I grew up with the other Ninja Turtle movies, everyone wants to know what I think of this newest one. And since the Ninja Turtles were a large part of my childhood, I could technically include this as something nostalgic. Now, I am not one to fall victim to peer pressure, I just do what everybody tells me in the hopes of feeling less insecure. So, I have decided to review the latest installment to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle films. Is it any good? Is it as strange or even as bad as some of the others? Well, let's take a look. So it starts off with our opening sequence, which apparently is so cheap they couldn't even bother to spell out the entire title. We get a narrator played by Lawrence Fishburne who introduces us to our heroes.
4 turtles, genetically reborn in the sewers of New York.
Wow. Brief. I mean, geesh, they expect us to buy this whole mutated turtle thing pretty quickly, don't they? Most people would consider that a little out of the norm. I mean, is the title the only real backstory we're gonna get about him? How the hell do you think they describe the Star Wars trilogy? A guy with a sword, his father. They don't get along. This is like the briefest description of the Ninja Turtles ever. Imagine if you didn't know who the Ninja Turtles were. You'd swear you were high listening to this.
Named after the great Renaissance masters and trained as ninjas. But now a greater evil is poised to destroy their very brotherhood. An evil born 3,000 years ago.
Yeah, we thought the turtle story was kinda slow and a little lame, so we decided to make up another story. Enjoy!
That a warrior king named Yautl led a brotherhood. In his quest, the warrior learned of a constellation known as the Stars of Kikan, opening a portal to a world of unknown power. Upon the portal's opening, 13 monsters were released into our world.
Are we still in the same movie? When did we suddenly become 300? I mean, you just glanced over the Turtles' backstory. What makes you think we're gonna give a crap about this one? For Gondor and Middle-earth! You know what I just realized? This isn't a movie. This is an intro to a fucking video game.
The warrior king was left to eternally walk the earth, unable to die or forget his horrible mistake.
Central America? What is going on? If you didn't show me the credits, I'd swear I was still watching the trailers for 5 different movies. So, okay, we're in Central America now, I guess. The perfect setting for the Ninja Turtles, why not? As we see an evil crime lord who rules over the good people of a local village. He rides off in his Jeep but is stopped by a tree in the middle of the road.
Remove it! Who are you? Show yourself!
He punishes those who prey upon the weak. He's coming!
It is the demon simply known as Giorgio the Jungle. No, it turns out it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Chupacabra who puts that evil criminal in his place. This draws the attention of April O'Neil, voiced by Sarah Michelle Gellar, who gave up her job as news reporter and now has the popular occupation of Tomb Raider Adventure Huntress. I don't know, her job's never actually explained.
It's a long way from the city to just drop in.
Okay, so they barely explain the Turtles' backstory because apparently they're making this film for the fans who already know it. The fans who know it so well that they have to see the name of the Turtles under them so they can tell which one is which. That makes sense!
Whatever.
So Leonardo explains to April that he's in Central America because his master Splinter sent him there. Why? Because he needs to find his inner bullshit or something to lead the rest of the Turtles properly. And how are the other Turtles, you may ask? Well, April fills us in that Donatello is a customer service rep for a computer company, and Michelangelo is a children's entertainer. Wait. The Turtles have jobs? Well, I mean, I guess they have to get their pizza somehow, but What, were they stealing the money before? Are the checks sent to the sewer? Do they go to the bank? Do they apply online? What the hell am I talking about? Turtles can't get jobs! Raphael, on the other hand, is turned into a reptile without a cause, as he continues to be doing what the turtles should be doing, fighting crime. Only he dresses up as a fearsome crime fighter simply known as the Night Watcher, because I guess a giant radioactive green monster wasn't intimidating enough.
Your training period ended a year ago, and Splinter says you don't write anymore.
Splinter sent me down here to become a better leader. I can't go back a failure. Besides, these people need me more than my brothers do.
Did we miss a movie somewhere? I mean, the last time I checked, they went time traveling or some shit. When did all this self-discovery nonsense happen?
I don't know. I just know something's missing.
Like the plot that brought us here. So we cut back to New York, where we see the other turtles doing their normal shtick. Skateboarding, eating pizza, all that good stuff. But Mikey seems to miss the good old days.
I remember how they used to feel, busting up crime syndicates. Sure, they had a bunch of guns, but they weren't like these guns.
Why'd you do this to yourself, Mikey? Those glory days are over. Forget about them. Get on with your life. Concentrate on your work.
Yeah, smoking like a true has-been.
What am I missing? Why aren't you fighting crime anymore? Nobody's stopping you! This isn't the amphibian version of The Watchmen. Just go do it!
I would love to know what it is that you do that's so great. At least we're contributing around here. All you do is sleep all day.
Yeah, I do nothing. You're right. You got me all figured out.
Wow. Remember when these guys used to be fun? That was before every single comic book hero had to be brooding 24 hours a day. Seriously, lighten up!
First of all, this team you speak of doesn't exist anymore. And second of all...
Raphael.
Excuse me, I just walked in from Kung Fu Panda.
Donatello, this home has become like an empty shell. Each of your brothers...
Oh god, what did they do to Splinter's voice? It sounds like Mr. Miyagi if he smoked a million Marlboros.
If you don't learn to recognize this...
Pitiful. So April returns home, bringing a statue to, I guess, her employer, a man named Mr. Winters, voiced by Patrick Stewart.
These statues may appear to be only stone, but they're like family to me.
But it turns out he has sinister plans, as he's hired some rogue hitmen who may sound familiar to you.
The Foot Clan and I have come to hear your offer.
The Foot Clan? Weren't they following the Shredder?
Since you're so rich and
Who's this chick?
what is the
She the Shredder's sister, or...?
And how will we know?
Are they gonna explain anything here? Hello? Explanation? Backstory? Anything? Okay, you know what? They're just making up anything they want. They don't care what it connects to. For all I know, Michelangelo is a dentist, Leonardo's an all-star, and April's a prostitute. Who cares? I don't. Let's see how they botch it up more. So Raph, while continuing to play Turtle in shiny armor, comes across an old friend. Good old Casey Jones.
You haven't fooled me, Raph.
How'd you know it was me?
Wasn't that hard, man. You know, you look like a big metal turtle.
Is that obvious, huh?
Next you'll be telling me Clark Kent is Superman. So they both sit and talk about how much it sucks to be a superhero.
I don't even care about Leo anymore. I hope he never comes back.
Come on, aren't you being a little hard on the guy?
I don't know, it's possible. I guess it comes from growing up with a house full of brothers.
I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just saying that if it was my brother, I'd find a way to work it out.
You know, this isn't exactly what I had in mind when I think of a Ninja Turtles movie. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Giant reptiles talking about things, expressing their emotions, and analyzing them! Tune in next week when Donatello discovers that he might have bipolar depression. Stay tuned! So we finally see Leonardo return home and be reunited with his brothers and Sensei.
I've missed you, Leonardo.
I've missed you too, Father.
Stop calling me that. I'm a fucking rat. So, now that Leo's returned, they finally decide to go fight crime again. It's about time. But Leonardo warns them that this is just a training mission.
Alright, but remember, we're only up here for training.
You know what I always say, train by doing, dude.
Mikey, when have you ever said that?
I mean, you're so incredibly underdeveloped, I forget what your characteristics are. Well, their first training exercise is definitely a doozy, as a giant monster is seen attacking the Foot Clan, who are being paid to bring it to Mr. Winters.
You think we should help these guys? I'd rather enjoy the show. What do you say, fearless leader?
I say we stop talking!
We must get him back to where the wild things are!
Come here, Fuzzy Wuzzy!
So we partake in, to be honest, a pretty cool action scene. But it's suddenly broken up when Mr. Winters magically brings these stone statues to life who look like the cast of Street Fighter if they ate the Transformers.
Right.
So they capture the monster and leave the turtles behind. In fact, they capture most of the monsters, as it seems the statues are the brothers of Mr. Winters, who it turns out was the immortal ruler long ago who has to capture all 13 monsters so that when the stars all realign, he can send them back to another dimension where do you really give a shit at all? I don't think you do. The original movies were pretty basic. Stop the Shredder, the end. Do they really think we're gonna follow this crap about dimensions and interstellar dog piss? I really doubt it.
That doesn't prove anything.
So Raph and Casey find another monster being attacked as they try to intervene. But they themselves are attacked as they hide in a shack on one of the roofs.
The police!
I gotta hand it to you, Raph. You sure know how to show a lady a good time.
Is there something you'd like to tell us, Casey? So Raphael thinks they should attack, while Leonardo says they should check with Splinter first. Raph finally gets fed up with Leo and decides to go solo. Yeah, I'm so glad Leo left for that year in training. He's truly molded his family into a powerhouse of teamwork, hasn't he?
Whatever.
So Raph tries to find what's left of the monsters and comes across the Noid's aborted crack baby. As Satan's Chihuahua escapes, Raph is confronted by Leo, who actually can't put it together that he's the Night Watcher, even though it was apparently obvious in an earlier scene.
So I'm gonna give you one chance to just walk away and stop this vigilante nonsense.
Yes, stop this vigilante nonsense and be like us! The non-nonsense of vigilanteism. So they have their little fight scene when Leo knocks Raph's helmet off, revealing his true identity.
Raph? What?
Raph? You know, I was wondering how many crime fighters only had 3 fingers, but still, I'm very shocked! So Leo continues to lecture as Raph has none of Leo's self-righteous bullcrap. And neither do we for that matter.
This qualifies as just fine? Dressing up like it's Halloween every night? Risking the safety of our family?
Yes! That is what you were supposed to do! I think that's actually the definition of superhero! But Leo stands by his not being superheroism as it looks like the two are ready to fight over their points of view.
Don't do this, Raph. I'm done taking orders.
I could really care less about what's going on. I mean, we don't even really know why they hate each other. Nothing about their anger makes sense. Leo's logic is crazy, Raph's anger is just pointless. Why am I supposed to be invested?
Someone's cranky.
But Leo is kidnapped by the evil statue gang and is taken back to be presented as one of the 13 monsters. Raph goes home to tell Splinter the bad news.
I know why you chose him now. I know that there's a reason why he's the better son, and I'm not.
You may not be my favorite student. It does not mean that you are my least favorite son.
The important thing is that you failed at something.
But Master Splinter, I messed up big tonight. They took him.
They what? This is why you're my least favorite son. What a disappointment! So the bad guys lock up Leo with the other monsters as the rest of the gang gets ready for the rescue, including April, Casey, and even Splinter. So our heroes get together and infiltrate the evil... Okay, this is officially a video game. Just pop out the controllers and we'll play the rest. Oh, block, block! Spin attack, spin attack! On it! Jump, 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 jump! Oh! Drop kick, drop kick!
Check it out. That would be the swirling vortex.
Oh, I hate these cutscenes. I wish they had a cheat code so you could skip them. So they find Leo in one of the cages and break him out. Here, Raph and Leo finally get a chance to reconcile.
You're gonna need these if you're gonna lead us out of here.
I'm gonna need you too.
Kiss him, you fool. There will never be a better time. Turtle Sex will have to wait, as it turns out Mr. Winters has been kicked out of his own team. Why? Because it turns out he wants to send the monsters home, not bring more into this world. See, he's actually a good guy, which leaves us with these stoners as the villains.
Brothers,
We are no brothers to you!
With one monster still free, the curse will never be broken!
I especially love this scene where the statues offer the Foot Clan a chance to work with them and rule the world.
Join us, Foot Clan. Swear your allegiance to us and no harm will befall you.
Okay.
The food ninja is not without honor. We work for Winters, not you.
I thought we worked for money. Yeah, me too. Screw honor if we can rule the world. Okay, we're gone.
So April and the Foot Clan go to find the 13th monster as the bad guys just let him go for some reason.
Forget about them. By the time they return, the portal will already be closed.
I suppose I'm kind of stupid that way, but at least I know my cockiness won't in any way lead to my downfall.
So as the turtles stay behind to fight, April and the Foot Clan find the monster and try to lead him back to the building. Where were these monsters all the time anyway? Were they in the city the whole time? That'd be pretty hard to miss. Maybe they traveled to the city. Good God, can you imagine how awkward that trip must have been? Well, either way, the monster is brought back and knocked into the portal, as the evil cosplay statues are destroyed forever. So, now that that's taken care of, what about the Foot Clan? I mean, are they still enemies or what?
Savor your victory tonight, for soon we will have further business together. The kind that involves familiar faces from your past.
I'm talking about sequels. Vague, plots that we haven't really come up with yet type sequels. Now here's smoke in your eye!
So, with that weak trailer for the next film established, we also see what happens to Mr. Winters, who is no longer immortal.
No, I want to see how stupid this gets.
So he evaporates into golden sand. No reason why, or any logical understanding, he's just sand. Maybe he was a pixie dust junkie and just exploded on too many happy thoughts. So the turtles go home, add Winter's helmet to their trophy collection, and go into the night to fight crime once again. So what have we learned from this epic tale of adventure? I have absolutely no idea. I mean, what did Leo learn on his trip? I don't know. How's the team any stronger than it was before? I don't know. Is the message that vigilantism is bad? Because it looks like they're going right back to doing it again at the end anyway. So really, what have we learned? We've learned that when a franchise is dead, it should stay fucking dead! Okay, so how does TMNT fare out? Well, to be honest, it's not horrible, and it's not even really that bad. It's just not very engaging. I mean, the story is just all over the place, and the characters aren't really that developed. I mean, I know they set them up in the show and the movies, but those were two different entities, as well as a long time ago. I guess maybe this is supposed to be a spin-off of the new show that's come out, but I never watched it, and anyone who hasn't is gonna be totally lost. That is, if it is a spin-off, I really don't know. But I will give it this though, the CGI does kick ass, especially the design of the city. I mean, the angles, the lighting, the shadows, this is a very cool looking movie. But I don't think that's enough to really save it. It's vague, it's confusing, and it's just a mess. Much like my sex life. Did I say that out loud? And that's why I'm the greatest lover ever. And don't you forget it. I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. Hello, I'm that guy with the glasses, and there are many questions that I'm sure you want to ask me. Like, what am I doing at the end of this video? Are you actually that handsome in real life? And why did the Nostalgia Critic wear mascara in his last video anyway? Well, none of those questions are important next to the greatest question of them all. How do I get Geek Fight cards? That's right, it's a fucking commercial. I bet you thought I was gonna say something meaningful like I usually do. But it turns out I'm an unbelievable whore. And how can you not be when you were actually featured on the cards? Look at that. Ask That Guy with the Glasses has his very own card. Isn't it beautiful? Yes. There are also other characters you can get though, like the Nostalgia Critic, Chester A. Bum, and even Hamster Jelly has a card. How did Hamster Jelly get a card? You don't want to know. They're only $7. Isn't that fantastic? Now that we have that out of the way, we can get back to answering the important questions. Like, why did the Nostalgia Critic wear eyeliner in his last review anyway? It was from the Melvin sketch, alright? I don't wear eyeliner! He's lying, of course. It's because he's an emo. No, I'm not! Yes, he is. This is That Guy with the Glasses saying, buy these cards today, or I'll come to your house, sodomize, and kill you.